Palace staying in London again. Palace is plus 275 hosting Brighton. Even money on the road. The draw is plus 240. This, of course, is the famous rivalry between these two teams. Hate each other over an incident of someone defecating in a locker room in Brighton. So we got another derby here, but I've got no betting interest here at all. I think there's a couple easy passes on the board as usual. This is one of them. Palace has scored 2 goals in its last 5 matches. Now they played a tough schedule. United twice, Spurs, Newcastle, and Chelsea. But we've talked about how concerning this team has looked for a long time now, and nothing changes. Meanwhile, they're going to likely need to score to keep up with this Brighton attack, which has generated nearly 12 expected goals in its last 6 matches. So easy pass here for me. BJ, I know that this game, for me and Anthony, it's not all that exciting, but you have something on this match and also a play in the futures market.
Yeah, I'll bring forward the future in a second. That'll be our weekly future, hopefully for a profile that we can put together for our Wonder Goal listeners before the end of the year, and we can come back with winning 0 of them. But anyway, I like Brighton's team total over 1.5 at plus 115. Like, I have no interest in playing Brighton as a road favorite, especially given how aggressive De Zerbi has been. They're going to be without Levi Colwill for this match, who's been very, very important for them defensively. So I have no interest in playing Brighton, and I have Brighton projected at minus 102. So really no interest there. But since De Zerbi has taken over Brighton, they have scored 27 goals in 14 Premier League matches and are averaging 1.8 expected goals per 90 minutes. They're now up to 5th in the Premier League in expected goals, shots per 90, box entries, expected threat. And being up to 5th in expected goals is important for the point I'm about to say. And I've said it before, that Palace's defense is really bad when they have to play good competition. 10 matches against the Big Six plus Newcastle this season, they have conceded 17.4 expected goals. But against everybody else, only 12 expected goals allowed in 10 matches. And Palace, when they fall behind, are allowing over 2 expected goals per 90, while Brighton's averaging 1.8. So I do have Brighton projected for 1.71 goals for this match. So over 1.5 at plus 115 is good enough for me. But the future I'm bringing forward, and it really pains me to do this because, we were all over Palace in the futures market to begin the season. Like, I have a Palace over 46.5 points and an over in a top 10 finish at, I think it's plus 275, which is both are pretty much drawing dead at this point. But Palace is 12-1 to be relegated right now. And I think that does have some value. If you look at Palace's upcoming schedule in the very, very short term, they've obviously got Brighton this weekend at home. Then they go to Brentford. They're at home against Liverpool. They go on the road to Villa. They host City, and then they go on the road to Arsenal. They could get 0 to 3 points from those matches. Like, given the way they've looked, I'm not so sure that they're going to get much from those. And then you couple that with the fact that they're only 6 points. I know they're in 12th place. They're only 6 points above the drop zone. So in that span of time, and then, of course, after Arsenal, they get a bunch of relegation 6-pointers against Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, Everton, Wolves, etc. But we could be in a situation here by the time we reach April, which is when their schedule finally lightens up, that they're sitting 1 or 2 points above the drop zone, or they're in the drop zone where teams like Everton and Wolves and maybe even Southampton, teams that are, due for some of this positive regression, start to see it going forward. I think 12-1 is a price to buy right now on Crystal Palace, who, every underlying metric that we look at shows that they are a bottom 5 Premier League team. And they've continued to show that. They've shown no sign of improvement. Zaha's still hurt. Even though he's getting up there in age, he's still their most productive forward. So Crystal Palace, it really hurts me to do this because we loved this team so much coming into the season, but they have just shown no signs of improving. Their underlying metrics still suck. So Palace at 12-1 to be relegated. And I'm sure they'll finish like 14th and they'll lose both top 10 and relegation, but that's okay. So Palace 12-1 to be relegated is the future that I'm bringing forward this week. It hurts. I don't want to
know.
It
does.
Like, there's
but it does.
Yeah, there's no attack at all.
Yeah.
It's a flow under the
attack.
radar, but they're second to last in XG per 90.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
it does
They're
it
second
takes
class.
a big man and it takes a big show to admit when we're wrong, and
Dead wrong.
we were dead wrong about Crystal Palace.